Hey everybody, welcome to the Happy Harvest Homestead. Today I'm going to discuss if rabbits really are as quiet a farm animal as people claim they are. One really big selling point for rabbits, especially for people who live in the city and don't want to disturb their neighbors, is that supposedly rabbits don't make any noise, so unlike chickens who cluck and crow all the time, or goats who baa all the time, you and your neighbors won't be annoyed or disturbed by loud farm animal noises. Like most of you, I also came upon this bit of information as I was first researching about rabbits. Though this supposed fact wasn't as big a deal to me because we have a lot of land and we don't have to worry about disturbing our neighbors, I still thought, hey cool, this is great. Who wants a loud animal when you can have a quiet one? But now, many years later, after raising hundreds of rabbits, I've come to find out that rabbits aren't actually as quiet as many people make them out to be. Now, I must admit there is some truth to the claim that rabbits are quiet, but it's more like they're quieter than other farm animals. But they definitely do make a variety of noises, some of which can be quite loud and disturbing. So if a quiet farm animal is a big selling point to you, watch this video before getting rabbits so you can decide if you want to incorporate rabbit noises into your backyard. The first group of noises I'm going to address can be avoided, but probably won't be by most of you. Most rabbit breeders choose to raise their rabbits in cages, and with cages comes some added noise, especially all-wire cages or hanging cages, more so than like a wooden hutch. You'd be surprised how much noise a little animal in that little amount of space can make. What with food bowls and water bowls, water bottles, they'll bump them and clang them, bounce them and knock them against the wire, making all sorts of metal bouncing, clanging noises. Oftentimes they'll run around their tiny cage in a circle, sometimes using their feet to push off the walls for more leverage, running around super fast, and everything's bouncing and jiggling. And then if your cages are hanging, the cages start swaying back and forth. And that's just for one rabbit. You'll have a buck, multiple does, lots of kits. Cage noise can really add up.
Easy, I know Zizi.
Of course, there are plenty of quiet days where rabbits don't get in a frenzy, they don't knock their water bowl against their cage over and over again, and they are quiet, but other days they do get a bit crazy and loud. Let's now move on to noises rabbits actually make with their bodies. First, let's cover thumping. Again, if you have rabbits in a cage, this will be a lot louder than rabbits in colonies or tractors, because when the rabbits thump their back feet, either when they're scared or angry, or oftentimes bucks will do it when they're breeding, the banging against the metal will make other things bang, and it can get very loud.
That means it's not working. I could take her right now, but I'm just gonna...
Also, when breeding rabbits, or dealing with an aggressive rabbit, or a scared rabbit, you'll get a lot of grunts. They're like snorty, snuffly, grunty noises, and while they're not very high in volume, they can carry pretty far, especially on a still day where there's not a lot of wind. Then we come to my both favorite and least favorite at the same time. The rabbit screaming is obviously not a good thing. Sometimes it happens in the most random opportunities, and you just can't help but laugh at how silly it sounds. Most of the time, rabbits only scream when they are scared or in pain. I've often had little kits who maybe their mom accidentally scratches them with one of her nails as she's in the nest box, and they'll start squeaking, and it gets really loud. Or I'll be handling kits who I haven't handled a lot, like trying to weigh them or something, and I reach real fast and grab one, and that startles it and it starts screaming. But there are some rare cases where a rabbit won't have any provocation, and they'll just start screaming randomly for a long time. It's really high-pitched, it's really loud, and they can go on for several minutes. I would definitely put rabbit screaming on the same level as rooster crowing in annoying animal noises. But for the most part, rabbits are pretty silent. They don't bark or crow or baa. While they do make some pretty weird noises on special occasions, most of the time they stay pretty chill. And just a quick plug for colony raising, yet another pro would be less noise because of the less metal jangling around all the time. But even if you're stuck on cage raising, you can still benefit from knowing that rabbits can be quite loud. So if you are considering meat rabbits as your first farm animal, you may want to consider your choice of farm animal, or maybe just the placement of that farm animal in your yard. Thanks for watching!